numerals, white lettering, white pants, red on white for the Red Hawks. The RailCats in their green tops and gray bottoms tonight. There he is, Tyler Grauer, 18 games this year. He's made 16 starts. A man, the former Indiana State standout. 9-3 on the year, 107 in a third innings pitch for Tyler on the season. 104 hits yielded, that low ERA of 3.27, one of the top ERAs in the American Association. 80 at first. So Turner behind the dish, Edwards at third, and McKinney at first. Your umpires brought again to you by Onstead Twitchell. Tyler Grauer's first pitch of tonight's game is a strike, and we are underway at 7:04 Central Time. 73 cool degrees in the Red River Valley, or at least at Newman Outdoor Field. 73 degrees the game time tonight. Grauer out of the set position, as we mentioned, the Red Hawks, and here's a liner back up the box into center field, a base hit by Tom Walraven. So the RailCats with their leadoff man aboard here in the top of the first inning. We mentioned Grauer moving from the bullpen to the starting mound, and it has been a nice transition for Tyler. We talked about on the pregame show, the RailCats, again, just 3 games behind that last playoff spot in the East Division, and this is a pesky, pesky team. Anthony Wren's talking about them in a talking about their ability to put the ball in play. Made Kevin McGovern throw a few pitches last night, stayed in some at-bats as Grauer floats a strike across to Michael Woodworth. Michael Woodworth and Daniel Lingua, the two RailCats in their lineup as Grauer peers into Manny Boscan, each have 6 triples this year that lead the American Association. So good speed, certainly at the top of this lineup for the RailCats. The pitch, breaking pitch, pulled foul down the third base line. Tyler Grauer, 5th in the league in ERA. Matt Hall of Kansas City tops the league with a 0.89 ERA. Got enough innings to qualify. Greg Minier of Lincoln second with a 2.81. Jeff Kinley of Chicago third. Alex McRae of Lake Country fourth. And Jack Fox of Kane County fifth. There's a swing and a miss, and the big Sycamore has his first strikeout tonight on the off-speed pitch, getting Michael Woodward. The Red Hawks have 3 pitchers in the top 10. Grauer 6th, McGovern 7th, Wigginton 8th. As you look at that pitch there, those of you tuning in tonight on AABaseball.tv. We sync up our radio broadcast there from 740 The Fan, and here is the right-handed batting LG Castillo. Boy, Castillo made some plays in center. Red Hawks, it's not like they didn't put the ball in play or barrel some balls up last night early in the game against Harrison Francis. But this man, Castillo, took a couple liners away in center field. Not to mention, Castillo swings a pretty good bat. He fouls off the first offering from Grauer here. And Castillo 2 for 5 last night with 2 runs batted in. Fargo Moorhead Red Hawks, when that postseason begins, this man, Tyler Grauer, going to be a big factor in the postseason. A snap throw to first, and diving back in is Tom Walraven. The first round of the playoffs is a best-of-3 series, and the second round is a best-of-3. And the divisional championship, there's a ball down and away. The American Association League Championship, trying to get that Miles Wolf Cup, if you will, is the best of 5. Well, the RailCats this season have stolen 125 bases. The look over and the pitch home. Floats a tad outside, ball 2. Having the lefty Grauer on the hill, might be able to neutralize that, and we've already seen Tyler throw over to first a couple of times here as thrilling a victory as that was for Fargo Moorhead last night, and it was. 2-1 pitch, ground ball up the middle. That one has eyes into center field, and Walraven will stop at second as Evan Alexander comes in to field it in the short grass behind second in shallow center. Boy, you couldn't have thrown that ball any better up the middle of the diamond as it rolls past the mound between Grauer's legs. Said hi and waved to second base as it rolled into center. So 2 hits here in the top of the first inning for the RailCats, and that brings up Jesus Mariaga. Nice, comfortable Wednesday crowd. College night tonight here at Newman Outdoor Field. So Grauer facing Mariaga, who is hitting .309 on the season. And Mariaga got everything going last night as he sends a ground ball to third. Picked by Pena. Watch out. Tamaris to Ward. That's a double play. 5-4-3 twin killing. And just like that, Grauer rolls 2, and Gary is out here in the first.
1
for Gary SouthShore. Victor Nova. And just a note to our producer, Drew Werninger. Got a little music in my ear there. If you can pull that out, that'd be fantastic. Tyler Grauer entering his second inning of work. And Grauer with 1 strikeout, no walks in the first inning. And gives that big double play. And there's a breaking pitch in there for a strike. Oh, and 1 the count. The lefty from the set. And the pitch. Just a bit outside. And the count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on the lefty. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Is fouled straight back. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count on Victor Nova. The 1-2 pitch. Line fouled down the left field line. Watch out. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lefty Tyler Grauer from the set position. Boscan setting up away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch hit into left field, a base hit. And Gary SouthShore with a leadoff single here in the top of the second. Andrew, I'm showing that I'm connected. Andrew, I'm showing that I'm connected. Andrew, I'm showing that I'm connected. So a leadoff single for the batter Victor Nova to left field. And the RailCats, well, I said they've coming out hitting the ball tonight. That's their 3rd hit already. Fargo Moorhead rolling their 84th double play in the first inning that leads the league. And there's a fastball a little bit high to Daniel Lingua. Hopefully those of you still with us on our radio side tonight. 1 ball and no strikes to count as the lefty looks over to pitch home. Change up in there for a strike, and the count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Drew Ward holding on with the runner Victor Nova at first. As Grauer checks the runner and a pitch home. 1-1 pitch is low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Are you sure that the pod and everything, no button was hit, or it's not in queue, or 2-1 to count? Well, I'll reconnect then. I'm going to reconnect, but I've got to stay on because I'm on the TV side too with my audio. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on the Right-handed batting Daniel Lingua. Ball fouled straight back. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. Set by Grauer, checking the runner at first. 2-0 Red Hawks lead it. Top of the second now to throw over to first. Are you sure? You're getting nothing. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So the count 2-2 the count. Daniel Lingua. Lingua, big night last night. Couple big hits. The lefty Grauer from the set and the pitch. Chop foul, look out into the Gary dugout. Well, then we got to call Al. We got to call Al Murray. I got to call Al and have him. 2-2 the count. Again, Grauer, the look over. And the lefties pitch home. Just a bit inside. And the count goes to 3-2. Derek, are you still in the station? Derek, are you still at the station, Derek? Shoot. Well, for some reason, Andrew's on the board, and I've got connection here. I was on the air, and now it still shows connected. I've reconnected, and he says, tie line 3, tie line 3. Rounding second on his way to third is Nova, and here come those RailCats. Runners in first and third with nobody out in the second. And I still got a broadcast because I'm on the TV side. Lingua with a stolen base. That'll bring up Lester Madden. And again, some of you on our radio side, we're trying feverishly to get connected on that side. I believe we are still rolling through on the AABaseball.tv side as the pitch breaks down and away for a ball. Tie line 3, tie line 3, tie line 3. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Lester Madden, big right-handed batting left fielder. Well, the Red Hawks will concede the run to get the out with runners on second and third. First base open. Madden 1 for 11, got his first hit in a RailCats uniform last night. As Grauer sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Big cut there and good off-speed pitch by Tyler Grauer. On the radio side, we will hopefully let you know when that gets back connected here. And I'm getting thumbs up from the posse down there. Those of you on the TV side probably heard some over-the-air programming going on. What happens when an announcer has lost audio in one medium? The 1-1. Change up low. So thank you to my friend Kim informing me up here. So it's all good. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Lester Madden. Evan Alexander shading Madden a step or two the opposite way in center as the lefty Grauer's 2-1 pitch. Stay right 2 called at the knees. Boy, buried that fastball. Grauer, another one of those guys that can get out of a jam because he has the ability to strike you out. He came in tonight with 86 strikeouts on the season. My thanks to Paulie Lights, also back in our studio for his engineering prowess tonight. So if you missed us on that side, Victor Nova led off with a single, then Lingua singled. Abbott struck out, and now the count 2-2 on Madden. And a swing and a miss as Grauer went back to the off-speed pitch, and the big Sycamore has his 3rd strikeout tonight. As we said, Grauer has the ability to get out of 2nd and 3rd or 1st and 3rd with nobody out jams. He's not all the way out. Now you got to face the right-handed batting or switch hitter, Thomas Greeley, hitting right-handed against Grauer tonight. 2-0, Red Hawks lead it. Got an RBI hit from Manny Boscan in the bottom of 1 and a 2-out RBI double from John Silviano. Here's the set by Grauer in the pitch. Ooh, nice breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 60 is a big number. That's what the Red Hawks are trying for here tonight. Number of wins. Don't know what the number is to win the West. But you start getting into the 60s, and it makes it awfully difficult for those behind you. In Kansas City is trailing the Red Hawks by 5 games in the West. And tonight, Ian Sagdahl hit a 2-run home run for Winnipeg already. Now the Goldeyes are up early on KC. 0-1 the count on Greeley, the catcher for Gary. The pitch from Grauer comes hard and down, and Boscan able to make the stop at home plate. My thanks to Chris Crick also for his work back in our flagship studio. You ever get that where everything looks normal, you haven't touched it, and then goes wrong? 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Boy, it'd be a big out, big notch in Tyler's belt if he can get Greeley here in the 2nd. There's a slicing ball down the right field line. It is a foul ball. Oh, by inches down the right field line. That would have tied the game. Instead, it's a long strike, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, you need something like that if you're a pitcher. Of course, if you're Thomas Greeley, you're not thrilled about it. He nearly had a 2-run double here in the top of 2. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Greeley. Grauer already with 2 strikeouts here in the 2nd. From the set, and the lefty's 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Now for Thomas Greeley, that's how you're ready for a pitch. You know, he's probably sitting there on deck or in the hole watching Grauer put away Abbott and Madden on off-speed pitches down, thinking maybe 1-2. He might come with that again, but he did not. Grauer came with a fastball, and Greeley able to foul that off. Now we'll see now if Grauer goes to that off-speed pitch from the set. Now the 1-2 pitch. Went down in the zone, a swing and a miss. Boscan will complete the strikeout with a throw to first, and the big Sycamore just struck out the side here in the top of 2. How about that for Tyler Grauer here in the top of the 2nd inning? For Gary, no runs, a couple of hits. They strand 2, and after an inning and a half, it's Fargo Moorhead 2, Gary nothing. This is FM Red Hawks baseball. There are some folks here at Newman that have probably been season ticket holders since the beginning. Surprised their names aren't already on their seats here at Newman Outdoor Field. Batter Walraven. The pitch by Grauer as he bites a strike across the outside corner. A story on former Red Hawk, now I'm going back a few years again, named Mark Fink. Mark Fink, who just a violent left-handed batting swing. I mean, he made the sky shake when he got a hold of it. But in high school, the old legend on Fink, and it's true, he hit a ball, I wonder if that veterans in Philadelphia in high school. So far, I think there's a different colored chair they put or a mark where, no pun intended, Mark hit a home run. Now here at Newman, we don't have that behind the outfield wall, that upper level stuff. You've got the fence line, about an 8-foot fence or so around the outfield. Grauer pulls the string on a 1-1 pitch, and Walraven out in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, my friend Eric Peterson, beat writer, man, covers that's right. He says they painted the seat that Fink hit that ball into in high school. 1-2 the count at Walraven. The pitch from Grauer. He just buried a strike up in the inside corner, and he struck him out. 5 strikeouts in the game for Tyler Grauer, and he is looking sharp tonight. One couldn't think, by the way, of when you read the story of the tragic accident that claimed the life of some students and student athletes at Indiana State University this past week. I know the University of North Dakota football team has a young player who is friends from the same high school as one of the players that passed. So, that college, Indiana State, that Tyler Grauer attended, there's a breaking pitch strike to Woodworth. Probably some heavy hearts there. That claimed the life of a couple of really good young men. Indiana State, who plays football in the same conference as North Dakota State and the University of North Dakota in the Missouri Valley. Here's the 0-1, and that misses down and away. Two nothing, Fargo Moorhead leading it in the top of the third. Red Hawks have won 10 of their last 11 games. Grauer kicks and throws. And here's a little liner into right center field. A base hit. Michael Woodworth. Speedy Michael Woodworth has a hit. Well, it's not for a lack of base knocks here for Gary SouthShore. That's their 5th hit of the game. Drew Ward goes over to hold on. Good to see Sean McKinney back. He was going through some back spasms. One of the umpires did not dress for last night's game, but we're back to a 3-man crew here tonight. LG Castillo, he singled up the middle his first at bat as he takes a pitch low. Boscan makes the stop. Eric's so good, he's got me the story on Mark Fink in that ball. 1 ball, no strikes on LG Castillo. The pitch is sliced in the air. This is trouble on a night like tonight. Silviano back at the warning track at the wall. He's got it. Going back to retag his Woodworth, and he won't be able to. John Silviano able to gauge that breeze and get out towards the warning track in right field. Got a wind blowing in from the north tonight that is aiding that ball, and Johnny, with a step on the track, makes the catch and then gets that ball back in the infield with that big rocket arm he has. There's out number 2. That brings up Jesus Mariaga, who grounded into an inning-ending double play, his first at bat. So Grauer delivers to Mariaga, starts him off with a tight breaking pitch called for a strike. Yeah, I thought that was the old Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia that Fink hit that ball. I remember talking, Mark, about that. The look to first. 2 looks over and the pitch home. Low. Those years that that Mark, well, I hope Mark's tuning in tonight. Those years that Mark played for the Red Hawks, he was Finkenheim. Steve Hine and Mark Fink. You'd think they were separated. They didn't go anywhere without each other. Good teammates, almost like brothers on this club. The runner going. The pitch is a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. And there's that speedy Gary. Those RailCats can take a bag. And Michael Woodworth, a stolen base. Second stolen base of the game for Gary SouthShore. Now the RailCats, who have played 88 games this year, that's their 127th stolen base of the year. And a runner in scoring position. I thought that last ball was called a strike on Mariaga. The look by Grauer and a pitch, breaking pitch inside. And maybe it was high. We'll keep an eye on home plate umpire Neil Turner. Scoreboard has 3-1. A lot of overcast today here in the Red River Valley. Clouds, so that sun was fighting to get through as we entered the evening hours. The set by Grauer and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Never doubt that scoreboard operator. He was right on the money here. 3-2 the count. Well, Tyler has shown the effectiveness of mixing his pitches up tonight. Now the changeup has put away a few RailCats. That time he went back to the old number one. 2-0, Red Hawks leading, top of the third inning at Newman. Grauer takes a deep breath. Now the payoff pitch is low. He walked him, went back off speed, and that's the first walk tonight for Tyler Grauer. If you're going to be careful with a guy, that's one of the guys to be careful with. And here's Victor Nova, but now Nova has singled tonight. He had an opposite field hit last inning. But it does set up a lefty-lefty battle. Well, the tying run in first for the RailCats. Grauer, the pitch to Nova, and Nova sends a ball to left center field. Novak drifting over, and Nick Novak has it. Oh, how about that? Nick Novak flips it to his buddy Evan Alexander, and there is out number 3 here at Newman Outdoor Field. Darryl Molly hit one over that light pole that is in fair territory off the left field line there, over that pole, and it was still going out when it was going, I mean, literally still elevating on a windy night here at Newman. And here's Grauer facing Lingua. He's been a tough out. Lingua sends it into the twilight to right field. Does Sylvie even see it? Long run for John. He's got it in foul ground. Boy, Silviano just seeking that ball out, paying attention. And it's the time of night where it's not really easy to see it. You got sun, you got clouds, you got lights. And Sylvia, and you've got a field that doesn't have a lot of room in foul territory. Nice play, John. And that night, Darryl Motley hit that ball after the game. A big, tall, 6'5" guy with larger ears and feathered hair, I'm sure, back then. And a grounds crew guy from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and a general manager named Tim Flacco. After that game, when all the cars had left, the patrons had filed out, the players had pretty much gone away for the night. Here's Sam Abbott. The batter takes a strike. These three fellas, yours truly, Blair and Tim, went searching to find out where that mark hit of Darryl Motley's home run here at Newman. The 0-1 pitch. Jazzed a bit away, ball one. Now, we knew that it didn't stay. There's a gravel road, or not anymore. I guess they paved that road behind the left field wall, behind that fence. We knew it wasn't in that part. No way. Breaking pitch, a broken bat knock into right field. Well, Sam Abbott, that bat died a hero. One out single for Abbott here in the top of the fourth. Brings up Lester Madden. Well, Gary, not for lack of hits tonight. They've got 6 of them now. So we knew that ball was not in the immediate area behind the fence or even by the chain link fence that separates, a greenhouse and some of the things on the campus of NDSU. But we started with it between a chain link fence and one of those buildings behind the left field wall, thinking, well, okay, maybe it wasn't as far as we thought. That Motley home run. Pitch low. Search forever. Flashlights. I mean, we didn't have bloodhounds or anything. It wasn't like a CSI investigation, but I mean, we had headlights and flashlights, and I don't know if Tim had one of those helmets with a light on it that miners use. We were really searching. Swing and a miss and a changeup. And so then Blair Tweed, man from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, he says, I'm checking the top of this building. And he scampered up like a black bear in Montana up the side of that building. I don't know how he scaled it. The look over to first and the pitch. Line to center. Alexander coming on. And Evan Alexander makes the catch chest high in center field. Line drive. Not an easy ball for outfielders. The one hit right at you. You're trying to gauge. And Evan right there makes the catch. There's 2 outs. Here's Greeley. So Flacco and I are down, still searching the grass like an Easter egg hunt for this Motley ball. And we hear, I found the divot. And Blair is like, I don't know how far back in that building, and there were no other divots before it. And we found the ball way away and started measuring backwards as the crow flies, I guess, if you will, towards the fence, the pitch, and we were calculating feet. Someone had a little calculator, and we were calculating feet. Didn't have it on our phones back then. And when we came up with a number, I think it was Tim Flacco that said, I've got 617. Thus, the legend of the 600-foot homer at Newman. Here's a ball popped up at the infield. Well, that's right on top of Tyler Grauer almost. Mara says, I got it. Then he does. And there is out number 3. How about that? Tyler Grauer yields a 1-out single, but it does not turn into a run. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. After 3.5, it's Fargo Moorhead 2, Gary nothing. This is FM Red Hawks. Royals World Series champion. Caught the final out at Royals World Series. It was a member of the St. Paul Saints. And then over here at Newman Outdoor Field and a member of the Red Hawks. Good job, crew. As a Red Hawk in 1996, the first year of this team. Well, we go to the top of the 5th. It's the top of the 5th. Top of the order, Tom Walraven due up. Darryl Motley would walk around with dumbbells all the time, weights in his hand, everywhere. Well-struck ball, but it's high rather than far, shallow left field. Nick Novak waiting, and he's got it. There's out number 1. Walraven got up underneath it. Good pitch by Grauer. So one away, and here is Michael Woodworth. Yeah, Mott, it wouldn't matter. We'd pull over to eat at a restaurant on a road trip, and Mott would walk out, and he'd have his weights. That's how you can hit a 670-foot home run. Has it grown already from 617? There's Michael Woodworth. Well, you like the lead if you're Fargo Moorhead, but right now, this has turned into an old-fashioned pitcher's duel, folks. I mean, literally, an old-fashioned pitcher's duel between Grauer and Mike Cuello. Now, the Red Hawks got 2 in the first, but Gary has had traffic. They've stranded 6 runners on base now through 4 innings at the plate, and there's 1 out here in the 5th. The 1-0 pitch, just a bit low, 2-0. Name game tonight. It's Wednesday, so that's 37 points for accepted response. Going to start a team with your first 4, Ed, Edwards, or Eddies. Who would you choose? Past or present? There's a ball fouled back. Getting some good respect. Eddie Goodell. Well, that's a little, for those that don't know Eddie Goodell. If you don't know the Vex story and all of that. Ingenious. There's one for everyday Eddie Guardado, starting our producer Andrew says, if nobody says Eddie Murray, I'll be upset. The pitch, down and in, ball 3. Grauer's been able to stay away for the most part. He only has 1 free pass today. And Gary here, this is the third time through the lineup. Being a little more selective here on Tyler. So you might have to pitch to a little more contact here or try to find one around the plate. 3-1 pitch to Woodworth. There's a ground ball. Good pitch. Tyler Grauer gets a ground ball to Maris. Maris makes the plate aboard, and 2 up and 2 down for the RailCats here in the top of the 5th inning. As always with any of our name games, no Googling. We're on our honor system. Does Eddie Rosario make your 4? and big shout out to Karn tuning in tonight, the AD of Shields U, as I like to say. She has answered my 6 bills in North Dakota question. That should be worth something. Here's LG Castillo, and he swings and launches a ball foul down the right field line. Karn, you're exactly right. There are 6 bills in North Dakota: Argusville, Mayville, Mackville. Well, hold on. Litchville and Granville. I can't accept our villa. It ends in Ville. Yeah, so I should have described that better. 0-1 the count on Castillo. 2-0 Red Hawks lead. And a ball just a little bit down and in. The other Ville I would have taken was Fordville. Thank you. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grauer looking sharp tonight, the big Sycamore. And his battery mate, Manuel Boscan, this evening. The 1-1 pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. Well, as my father Roy always said, you don't use it, you lose it. Talking about your brain, so that's what we do our name games in honor of him every night, to stimulate a little brain activity. The 2-1 pitch is off the end of the bat. Kind of corkscrewed up in the air, and Sam Dexter says, oh, take it. And Tyler Grauer, 3 up and 3 down. Yes, indeed, we now have a pitcher's duel at Newman. Gary out here in the 5th. We go. It's one of those technical nights here. A lot of engineering here tonight at the ballpark at Newman. So here we go to the top of the 6th. It'll be Mariaga, Nova, and Lingua for Gary SouthShore as Grauer delivers a strike in there. How do you get someone downstairs to jiggle that crowd mic? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Get you that sound. Here's a lefty Grauer with Boscan, his battery mate. The pitch is a ball away. One ball, 1 strike the count. The pitch is a strike at the knees. One and 2 the count. Grauer from the set, and the lefty's ready. The pitch on the way, just a bit down and in. 2-2 the count. Two runs for the Red Hawks. Gary held out without a run, but it's not for the lack of having base runners. And the pitch, swing and a miss, he got it. Another strikeout. For Tyler Grauer. Grauer had 1 strikeout in the first, 3 struck out the side in the second, and now with half a dozen strikeouts in the game. And we'll bring the mic up from upstairs. First pitch on the way, swung and fouled back out of play. 0-1 the count. Set by Grauer to pitch. Down low. Grauer, steady start today. Got a good start last night from McGovern. Here's the 1-1. Good hard fastball down to the zone. Check swing, and Mayhew Edwards says yes, he went around. Victor Nova behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to count on Nova. The left-hander's pitch, just a bit down and away. Two and two the count on Nova. The left-handers pitch home. Strike 3 called at the knees, and Nova feeling that ball was low. Couple of words for Neil Turner, and he will exit stage right. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tyler Grauer here in the top of the 6th. 7 strikeouts tonight for the Big Sycamore, and here is Daniel Lingua. Lingua 1 for 2 tonight. The pitch and a strike as Grauer immediately getting ahead. Grauer, as night falls upon the Red River Valley, one pitch is low. Goldeyes here this weekend. Gary, of course, one more tomorrow afternoon. Grauer wiggles a strike over the inside corner. Boy, that good movement still has it. That fastball in there at 91 miles an hour. Again, Gary SouthShore with half a dozen hits in tonight's game. Also stranded half a dozen runners on the base pass. Grauer stringing them together. He's retired his last 7 in a row. Leans in for the sign from his mate, Manny Boscott, and the strong left-handers 1-2 pitch home. Check swing, no. They say that Lingua did not go around. Daniel Lingua, good ball player. Talk about Lingua before. Danny, last night 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Tonight 1 for 2, 3 for 5 already in this series. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Lingua. The lefty ready. Grauer's 2-2 pitch. Grounded to short, played by Dexter. Dexter steps and throws in time for the out, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Grauer. And win. Anything can happen at the Birdcage. And then you go to Winnipeg for 3, and of course it's a border run. And the Red Hawks, while they try to get another win here tonight, leading 4-0 as Grauer entering the 7th. First pitch, breaking pitch, strike to Sam Abbott. Abbott, Madden, and Greeley, the 0-1. Good offering. Boy, Tyler Grauer still showing nice command. Oh, and 2 the count on Abbott. Here's the set with the shift employed. The pitch is away. 1-2 on Abbott. The lefty's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Tyler Grauer. Boy, the big fella really got it working tonight. What a night tonight for Tyler. He just looks smooth. The command looks there. He looks rested. He looks fresh. That's 8 strikeouts tonight for the big Sycamore. And here's Lester Madden. And the offering is a strike. Madden 0 for 2 in the game. A strikeout and a lineout. The lefty's leg kick and pitch. Hit sharper to third. Picked and dropped by Pena. Turns around, picks it up, and still fires in time for the out. And Leo Pena got that glove on it. Drew Ward the stretch over at 1B, 2 up and 2 down for Tyler Grauer. Going to bring up Thomas Greeley. Now that's 3, 5, 8, 10 in a row for Grauer. 12 of his last 13 retired. We mentioned he and Cuello were nestled into a nice little pitcher's duel. Now the game far from over, obviously. But you like the way Grauer certainly is performing tonight as he continues to get ahead. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. Infield back at normal depth with 2 away as Grauer tickles one on the outside corner. 0-2 the count on Thomas Greeley. Boy, working him in, working him down. Little backdoor pieces, sneaky fastballs, off-speed changes. Tyler Grauer up 0-2 on Greeley. The lefty sets position. Now the 0-2 pitch to Boscan. Hit in the air to where Evan Alexander and John Silviano reign. The wind pulls it over to Sylvian right. And it's a 1, 2, 3 inning again for Tyler Grauer. That is 11 straight and 13 of his last 14 sat down. What uniforms that bounce off your screen. And the one man that's been flashy tonight is that man with the ball right there, Tyler Grauer. Top of the order, and Grauer tiptoes into the 8th inning tonight here at Newman. And just misses high on the first offering to Tom Walraven. Walraven is 1 for 3 in the game. 96 pitches tonight for Tyler Grauer, and there's number 97 that's inside and low. Superfan has employed some young kids tonight with signs that say, "Let's go." 2-0 the count on the left-hander Thomas Walraven. The pitch home is hit sharply in the air to left field. Drifting back is Novak. He's got it measured, and Novak brings it in for out number 1. It's a smart crowd tonight here in unison tonight. Michael Woodworth, the batter, 1 for 3. He has struck out, singled, and grounded out. Speedy Michael Woodworth, the pitch inside and hit him. So Grauer hits Woodworth in the leg. He will trot down to first. Fargo Moorhead, if they're able to get 8 innings, think about that. Talk about pitching deep. Tomorrow, Ben Allison getting the start tomorrow afternoon. One of the newest acquisitions for Fargo Moorhead. And Ben's had a couple of appearances for the Red Hawks in the last week or so. So here's LG Castillo. Red Hawks turned their league-leading 84th double play earlier in the game tonight. 5-0, Red Hawks lead. There's a pitch low, off speed. Grauer has thrown a lot of strikes. 100 pitches down the game, but 65 strikes and 35 balls. Ward holding on with the runner and the pitch. There's a ball lifted into the night. Right field, Silviano racing in from right field, and Johnny's got it for out number 2. 2-away for Jesus Mariaga. Twins trailing Houston again tonight, 5-1. As a tough series for Minnesota after leaving Target Field with a bad taste in their mouth after that series with the Texas Rangers. Red Hawks, you know that game, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. The pitch, good pitch, Totter in there for a strike. Well, the Red Hawks are 1 degree separated from the Texas Rangers. Their Hall of Fame longtime PA voice, Chuck Morgan, his son, a former Red Hawk catcher. 1 strike on Mariaga. The pitch, breaking pitch, and Jesus swings and fouls off. Kelly Gullidge, Red Hawk catcher before, former Twins farmhand. Superfan continuing to try to pump the crowd up here in the 8th inning. Grauer from the set. He's ahead 0-2, and Mariaga the pitch. Change up low, and Jesus sees it all the way down. Red Hawks again. This is game 89. After tonight, 11 remain. What's the number in the West? The Red Hawks, if they can continue to win series by the time they face KC for 4 games, well, they can make it awfully tough for the Monarchs. The 1-2 pitch. Jazzed a bit down and in. Like Grauer, you can just see it. I mean, he's done his job tonight. He brought his lunch pail tonight, and he has gone to work, and he has looked good. He has looked real good tonight. And when you know it and you're feeling it and you know you've pitched a great game, boy, do you want to finish strong. This might be his last inning. Can he finish strong here? 2 outs, 1 on for Gary SouthShore. The set by Grauer, the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, and Mariaga doesn't chase. I see Kevin McGovern, the Red Hawks pitching coach, and of course the legend. I was looking at the American Association recap by Buddy Carter-Waddell. Does a fantastic job for the league. And he was given the highlights, and he used the nickname the legend for McGovern. That's a terrific way to put that. And Kevin, on that front step, the last thing Gov wants to do is have to come out here. As he said, Tyler just wants to finish this 8th inning and let someone else come out in the 9th. Runner will take off with a pitch. The payoff pitch home, fouled away. We'll do it again. 107 pitches tonight for Tyler Grauer. Red Hawks getting 2 runs in the first. Added 2 runs in the 6th inning on a single by Silviano and an error on left fielder Madden, and a big 2-out double by Evan Alexander. Added 1 more in the 7th. 5-0 Red Hawks. 3-2 pitch again. Hit on the ground, out to short. Dexter will field it. He will throw to first, and Tyler Grauer, if that is indeed your final inning, what a night tonight for the big Sycamore. 108 pitches deep. Goes 8 innings for Gary SouthShore. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Red Hawks. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Fargo Moorhead 5, Gary SouthShore nothing. This is FM Red Hawks baseball. Number 60 is in the books for the Fargo Moorhead Red Hawks here in the 2022 season. What a night tonight as the Red Hawks combine on a 6-hit shutout. Tyler Grauer collects his 10th win of the season, and now tie for the most wins in the American Association. For Gary SouthShore in the 9th inning, nothing across. Lind retires them all. 1, 2, 3. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Red Hawks. No runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Gary. Grauer picks up his 10th win. He's now 10-3. Quayo, the loss, he drops to 2-5. Fans, our postgame show is coming up next. The final tonight from Newman.